So here we start with few sums from complex number. We are going to express the following complex numbers in the form of a plus ib. Okay. So this type of sum you will get very often in exam also, where you have to simplify the complex number. You have to rationalize sometimes and get the formation of a plus ib. That means you have to express in standard form. So here what we do, we multiply with 3 plus 4i, that means the conjugate we multiply. Why conjugate we multiply? Because if we multiply with the conjugate to both numerator and denominator, it will be converted to a real number. So that means it will be 9, 3 square is 9 minus 16i square. Okay, so minus 16i square. So I square, you know, it's minus 1, so it becomes 25. Okay, and 3 plus 4i, so ultimately you can write it as 3 by 25 plus 4 by 25 into I. So look at it, this has been expressed in the form of a plus ib. Okay, so the first one is done. Look at the next one, expand this thing, 1 plus I square plus 2i, so a square plus b square plus 2ab, so 3 minus I, so multiply it with 3 plus I, then this also 3 plus I. Okay, so here we get I square is minus 1, so here these two cancel out, so we get 2i into 3 plus I, and below you get 9 minus I square. Okay, so I square is again minus 1, so you will get a 10 over here. So the above thing is 6i plus 2i square and by 10. So 2i square is how much? 2i square is minus 2. This one is minus 2. Then plus 6i by 10. So this is 2 by 10. So it will be minus 1 by 5 plus 6 by 10, which will be 3 by 5. So 3 by 5 into I. So this is again a plus ib. We have expressed it in the form. Okay. So let us do the next sum. I'll write some sum over. So next I have written another sum over here. So first let us multiply this. So I get 6, then minus 4i, then here plus 9i and minus 6i square. Okay. The denominator also you multiply, you will get 2, then 4i, then minus I minus 2i square. So what I will do, I will put the I square value over here, which is minus 1, that means it becomes plus 6. Plus 6 means it's a 12. Okay, so it becomes a 12 and then it becomes plus 5i. And over here, this is again minus 1, so plus 2, so 4, then plus 3i. So it's converted to this kind of structure. Okay, so this is 12 plus 5i whole divided by 4 plus 3i. So we are going to multiply, that means we are going to rationalize this. So multiplying by 4 minus 3i. So if you multiply with this, you will get, obviously the denominator will be 4 square and minus 9i square. Okay, and the numerator, it is 48, then 20i, then minus 36i and minus 15i square. So this is becoming plus 15, so I get a 63 over here, then this is becoming minus 69 and below you are getting 25. Okay, because it is 16 and this, so we are getting 63 by 25 plus minus 16 by 25 into I. So this is the a plus ib form we got over here. Hope you understood, right? This is, we are kind of rationalizing the denominator every time so that we get a real number over here in the denominator. So that's why we are rationalizing the denominator every time. So let us proceed to the next sum. Okay, number 4. we get like this. Here what we do, we have to analyze that, we have to identify the a plus ib form over here. Okay, so I see this is I into 2 sine theta. This is the kind of thing you get in the denominator. So multiply with a minus ib over here. Okay, that means this is your a plus ib. So 1 minus cos theta minus I into 2 sine theta. Hope you understood this. The same thing, it has to be multiplied in the numerator also. 1 minus cos theta minus 2i sine theta. Okay, so this is the thing we get. So obviously the denominator will become a square minus b square. So you get 1 minus cos theta over here minus 2i sine theta, and below you get 1 minus cos theta whole square minus I square and then 2 sine theta also whole square. So this we get. Again I squared is, this I squared is minus 1, so it becomes plus 1. So when you get a plus 1, we expand this 1 plus cos square theta minus 2 cos theta, and this becomes 4 sine square theta and a plus. Why plus? Because this becomes minus 1, so it becomes a plus. And the numerator is still the same, 1 minus cos theta minus 2i sine theta. So now you can simplify the denominator a little. So here if you take 1 cos square theta and another sine square theta, you get another 1. So you get basically 2 plus 3 sine square theta minus 2 cos theta. So this you get as the denominator, 2 plus 3 sine square theta minus 2 cos theta, whereas the numerator is still the same, 1 minus, this you understood, cos square theta and 1 sine square theta I take, so I get a 1, that 1 I have added with this one, so I got a 2. So after this I can write over here, it's almost ended, is equal to 1 minus cos theta by the whole thing, by this denominator, which is 2 plus 3 sine square theta minus 2 cos theta, and then plus minus 2 sine theta by the same denominator into I. Okay, which is, you can put as 2 plus 3 sine square theta minus 2 cos theta. So this will be the a plus ib representation of this question. So let us proceed to a different type now. Next question is, we are asked to find out x and y, whereas this thing is given to us, this equation is given to us. So what we do, here we write comparing real and imaginary parts. Okay, from the both sides, what we get, this side you get, this is a plus ib, this is a plus ib, this form a plus ib form is there. So we get 3x minus 7 is equal to minus 5y. So this is our equation 1. So this part is real, you can see a plus ib. So a is compared from the both sides. Has to be like that, because see, real parts cannot get mixed with the imaginary parts. So real and real will be same, imaginary and imaginary will be same. So it's not like, see, like you cannot say that this is a mixture of x and y and one single equation. How can I get it? Because we know that to find out x and y variables we need at least 2 equations. But here the situation is completely different. There actually dealing with complex numbers. So you can compare real parts. Now comparing the imaginary parts, you get what? 2y, I am not writing, 2y equals to over here 5 plus x. So this is the second equation. Okay. So now what we can do, we can simply solve this two. We can simply solve this two by any elimination method or any method, and you can get something like, you will get, if you solve, you will get x equals to minus 1 and y equals to 2. Okay. So you solve this, you will get it. So main important thing is the comparison for this sum. Next we write another sum. Next is number 6. We get a very important sum over here. See, we have to prove two things, a square plus b square equals to 1 and this. We are given with a plus ib equals to c plus I by c minus I, where c belongs to R. C is a real number given. Okay. So what we do, we need to again equate the real and imaginary parts. So let us do. So this is a plus ib given. So rationalize this thing. Okay, otherwise we cannot get a plus ib form. So c plus I, what to multiply with? C plus I only. To get, you know, its conjugate, we have to multiply. So this we need to multiply. So we get c square minus I square. That means c square plus 1. Okay, and it's a whole square on the top, so c square plus I square, okay, minus 2i into c. So that means it's becoming c square minus 1. So c square minus 1 by c square plus 1. I divide them individually, plus I into 2c by c square plus 1. So this is what? This line is equal to a plus ib. Remember, this line is equal to a plus ib. So comparing what we get. So comparing, so you write this, comparing real and imaginary part. See, this same line you write, comparing real and imaginary parts from both sides. So you get a equals to this, c square minus 1 by c square plus 1, and b equals to this. What is b? 2c by c square plus 1. Now when we get this, I'll do it over here. I'll square up them and try to add. So what is a square plus b square? If I square this, I'll get c square minus 1 whole square by c square plus 1 whole square. Okay, then plus this square. So 2c whole square by c square plus 1 whole square. So when you square it, you will get c square minus 1 whole square plus 4c square by c square plus 1 whole square. So when you open it up, you will get same c square plus 1 whole square above, and this is c square plus 1 whole square, so you get a 1. So a square plus b square equals to 1 is proved. Okay. Now if you divide b by a, just divide b by a. What is b? b is 2c by c square plus 1, and a is c square minus 1 by c square plus 1. So c square plus 1 gets cancelled, so you get a 2c by c square minus 1. So this is also proved. So both of the parts are proved over here. Okay, this formula I hope you understood, because when you open up, what happens? It becomes c4 plus 1 minus 2c square. This minus 2c square, here you get plus 4c square. You get a plus 2c square. So it becomes eventually this thing. Okay, so let us proceed to the next sum. Okay, here we get a sum x plus iy to the power 1/3. That means cube root of this part is equal to a plus ib. We have to show this. So again we will try to equate the both parts. Okay. So what I do, I'll do a cubing both sides. Okay. So cubing both sides. So if I cube this side, I get x plus iy, and if I cube this side, I get a plus ib, which is whole cube. Okay, so a plus ib whole cube. Let us try to write that. A cube, then 3a square b, then 3ab square, okay, then ib whole cube. Okay, so here I connect a cube, then this is I square, so this become minus, so minus 3ab square. This I bring from here. I square becomes minus, so I connect it. Now I take a common I, which is 3a square b. Then this becomes what? B cube and I cube. So B cube means I cube means it's a minus I, you know. So it becomes I minus B cube, like this. So if you simplify, you will get like this. So x plus iy becomes this. Therefore comparing real and imaginary parts, those things you write. So x equals to a cube minus 3ab square, which is x by a. If you divide, you will get a square minus 3b square. So you will get this. Okay. So mark this as 1. Now what is y? Y, you know, comparing you get y is this. So y equals to 3a square b minus b cube. Okay. So divided by b. Why I am doing this division? Because I see this kind of thing over here. X by a and y by b. That's why I am doing this, performing this division over here. So y by b if I do, so I get a 3a square minus b square. This is my equation 2. So you can add them up, these two. So add 1 and 2. So if you add 1 and 2, then you will get what? 6 by a plus y by b, which is equal to this a square minus 3b square plus this. So you will get a 4a square over here, and this 2 will give you minus 4b square, where from you can take a 4 common and you get the thing proved. See this, it's already there, it's proved. So we will proceed to the next sum. So next sum is, we have to find the conjugate of this number. So z equals to, given this, we have to find out what? Z bar. Okay. So we have to find the conjugate. So you know the conjugate. What is conjugate? You have to find out a plus ib first. Then you can change it into a minus ib. So that's what we can do. So z equals to what? Expand it, you will get 1 plus I square plus 2i by 3 minus I. So here I square is minus 1, so these two cancel out. So 2i by 3 minus I. Okay. So if I multiply this with 3 plus I, so I get something like 10 below, and it will be 2i square, that is minus 2 plus 6i. So what I got? Minus 2 by 10, that means minus 1 by 5 plus 3 by 5. So this sum we hope we have done in the first. So this is z. Okay. So if this is z, then what will be? Z bar. So connecting this, you get z bar as minus 1 by 5. Change this sign, it will be minus of 3 by 5 into I. So this is the conjugate of this. So this is the answer. So this is the answer. So let us do sum number 9. So I have written number 9 where we have to find x and y, for which this complex number, that is minus 3 plus ix square, and this complex number are conjugate to each other. That means they are, how they are related, they are conjugate of each other. That means first I write a relation over here, that is minus 3 plus ix square. Are they equal? No, their conjugate are equal. Okay, they are conjugate to each other. That means you can write this. So conjugate of this. Okay. So if this meaning is this, that means minus 3 plus ix square will be equal to x square plus y minus 4i. Okay. So this will be changed. So again, now we compare this with this and this with this. That is real and imaginary parts. So we write over here that therefore x square plus y is equal to minus 3, and here we get x square equals to minus 4. So these two things we write over here. Okay, I made a mistake over here. There is a copied wrong. It should be I x square y. Okay. So that means here x square y is equal to minus 4. That means I missed this y. So it will be y over here. So x square y will be equal to minus 4. So these are the two equations, basic equations we get. One is x square plus y equals to minus 3, another one is x square y equals to minus 4. So we have to find out this thing now. So let us solve. So we are solving basically these two now. So let us solve this part over here. So we can substitute this x square plus y. In place of y, I will substitute minus 4 by x square will be equal to minus 3. Did you get it? So y is minus 4 by x square. I substituted that over there. So this will be something like x to the power 4. Okay. Then plus 3x square minus 4 equals to 0. Okay. So here you get, if you do a middle term breaking over here, you will get something like x square plus 4 and x square minus 1. Please check whether it is correct or not. So we are finding real values of x and y. Okay. So that means there are two factors over here. We can see that x square equals to minus 4. This is rejected. We are looking for real values, that is given in the question. So if any values to be considered, then this is also there. This will be complex value we will get. Otherwise, the next value x square equals to 1. This is accepted. This is correct. So we get x equals to plus minus 1. Okay. Now x square equals to 1, if we put over here in the next equation, into putting x square as 1 in the second equation, if we put, so we get what? Y as minus 4. So y value is minus 4 whether x is plus 1 or minus 1. So that means there are two values. X is 1, y is minus 4. So this is one value. or x is minus 1, y is minus 4. So this is the second value. So these are the solutions or the answers of the sum. So we are finding out real values of x and y, that is given in the question. So this is number 9. Let us do the next sum. So here I give a sum. We have to find the multiplicative inverse of this thing given. So it's very easy. So first of all, multiplicative inverse of this is 3 plus 2i, 1 by 3 plus 2i. Okay. So you just need to rationalize and get the multiplicative inverse. So just rationalize this. So it will be how much? It's 9 minus 4. So 9 plus 4 is 13. So the multiplicative inverse will be, you can say 2 by 13. So this is, so if I write in the a plus ib form, I get like this: 3 by 13 minus 2 by 13. Okay. Then the next sum we do, one more sum we can do over here. So we get another sum over here. Here this sum, from number 11 we start the properties. Okay. So we can use the properties, otherwise this will be too long. If we start comparing the right hand side and left hand side, these are the two things which we need to prove over here. These two things we have to prove over here. Okay. So a plus ib is given like this: a plus ib by c plus id is equal to x plus iy. This is given. Now look at this first proof, that is this number 1 maybe. This is number 1 question, say this is number 2 question. So look at the number 1 question first. So what we see that it's a sign, it becomes minus, so that means there is a kind of conjugation happening. So we can apply the conjugate property over here. So what we can do over here, we can put a whole conjugate. Look at it, put a whole conjugate both sides. See, if we do whole conjugate, you know z1, so here I write z1 by z2 whole conjugate is what? z1 conjugate by z2 conjugate, right? So here automatically it becomes a plus id conjugate by c plus id conjugate, and this side becomes x minus iy. Okay, so the next line, the sum is done. You get this as a minus ib by c minus id. So this will be equal to, look at it, x minus iy. So the proof, the first proof. Okay, so this is done. Okay, now the second proof. Look at the structure. It's kind of square given. So what it suggests, it's a kind of modulus property we are using. So same which is given to us is a plus ib by c plus id. Okay, and that is equal to x plus iy. So what we are doing, we are modding both sides. So please write the property. So what will be the next line? Next line it will be a plus ib mod gets divided like this, c plus id, and this side, you know, if you remove the mod you will get what? Root over x square plus y square. Is it okay? So what property is used? The property is z1 by z2. I told you these are the two most important properties over here. So z1 by z2 mod. So z1 mod by z2 mod. So this is the property we are using. So next line you get this as root over a square plus b square. That is what the property of mod. This is root over c square by d square. And this side already you wrote, root over x square plus y square. Okay. Now the last line is you square up both sides. You square up both sides and it will be the answer. So the last line will be, when you square up both sides, you get a square plus b square by c square plus d square is equal to x square plus y square. So both the things are proved. Okay. Both the parts are proved. Okay. So now here we have used a conjugate property, here we have used a modulus property. So next we can do some other type of sums. Thank you.